They're not actually blackheads. They're just more prominent to see the blackness in them because they've oxidized. Hey gorgeous gals, welcome back to Contour Image, where I help you build confidence through your image. My name is Sharon Ports. I'm a California licensed esthetician, and today we're going to do a Reddit questionnaire or question and answer for someone who's on Reddit for a skin problem. That was a mouthful. All right, so this person right here, as you can tell, it's a male, but that's okay. Skin is still skin. So he says he's looking for answers, tried basically everything, and nothing gets rid of my clogged and enlarged pores. So he says, I've gotten peels in the past, which never helped me most, but done a few injectables lately. So taking time off from peels, I have tried Paula's Choice, BHA serum, and every salicylic acid wash on the market. My skin always goes back to the same state, congested and inflamed. I've tried spironolactone, which did nothing for my pores or congestion, and have also tried derm products to no avail. I'm looking for help in starting a routine. I was recently given 0.05 treatment and just looking for guidance on how to use it and get on a better routine. Thank you all. So, interesting. It's very interesting. He says he's done peels in the past. He's done I don't know what the injectables would be for. I don't know if he meant that he had done like Botox or fillers, and he thought that would help. Like, they're not going to be able to do these. That's not what those are for. I'm not really sure what that was about filler injectables. I was a little bit confused on that. So he says he's done peels. Sounds like he's been, like he said, to a dermatologist. And let's see, he's done every salicylic face wash under the sun kind of thing. So salicylic will help break down oil. And it's usually good for oily skin type. I don't know if he has oily skin type. I can't really tell by just a nose picture. So, and I don't see any shine, so I don't necessarily know if he's got oily skin type. Let's see, his congestion, also have tried derm products. So he's kind of done a lot of stuff, but no one's given him the right direction. I would have him talk to his doctor a little bit about his diet, and I would ask him to talk to his doctor about getting more vitamin E into his system, maybe even taking like a vitamin of vitamin E. You'd be surprised with how much those would start to kind of clear up. But again, you need to talk to your doctor. I don't know what medications you're on or what pre-existing diagnoses that you might have. I would need to make sure that those things are safe for you. So please don't just start doing that. If you happen to find yourself in the same position as this person, please make sure that you do talk to your doctor. But vitamin E would help to reduce the oxidation that is happening. That's what causes blackheads. And a lot of these, there are some blackheads I do see, there's some that are blackheads, but many others that he's seeing too are just sebaceous fulfillments that have oxidized. They're not actually blackheads. They're just more prominent to see the blackness in them because they've oxidized. And so what vitamin E will do will help counteract that oxidation so they won't be black like that anymore. And he won't really notice them as much. But that's also, it's something you have to take in. I'm not saying that, putting it on your skin, vitamin E is good for the skin, but really where you're gonna, I think, feel more of the benefit on that would be like a vitamin and getting more vitamin E in your diet. But again, talk to your doctor. So that would be something. He did mention he did peels. Yeah, because you're still oxidizing. The peels aren't going to keep the oxidation. It's really the oxidation we're talking about here. He probably has other things that are going on in his skin, but this is the biggest deal to him. So sometimes you just got to focus on the things that are the most bothersome to a person, even though you're like, oh my gosh, but look at the lines around your eyes. That doesn't bother you? As my teacher would say. She's like, oh yeah, they're like worried about this one little dot, but it's like, yeah, but what about this whole line up here? So that's kind of the funny part about that. So, I mean, the peels would be great. I just don't know how severe they are, though, too. A lot of times people go to dermatologists, and a dermatologist will give them like the straight up hard stuff. And really, you can't do that. It's kind of like kind of how my teacher would say in school about in aesthetics would be, you have to exercise the skin. So, for instance, if you're going to get to a point where you're going to maybe use some really deep peels or severe peels or any of these things, you need to get the skin to be kind of used to being peeled at, if you will. And it's very similar to, you know, weight training. If you want to lift 100 pounds over your head, you're not going to be able to do that on your first or second day, or even, you know, maybe even a few years. What do you have to do? Well, you have to train to do that. You have to start with what you can lift over your head and maybe do other strengthening exercises, but gradually increase the weight. It's the same thing. So I don't even know what else is going on with the guy's skin. It's just, he's just talking about these large pores, and really it's just oxidation that you need to stop. And it's your diet that is not protecting your skin from oxidation. And so, you know, doing the peels, again, I don't know about these injectables. That made no sense to me. He's used the salicylic acids and all that stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but it's not gonna keep from oxidation. These are, you know, and let me tell you, some of these blackheads, one of the best ways to get rid of blackheads is hydrating your skin really, really well. And how that what that's going to do is it's going to soften the skin and get it so hydrated that when you go to get some blackheads that are here, I can see very small, that they will just pop out, and they'll just like come out like butter. Because right now his skin, I can tell it's so dry from all the peels and all the salicylic acid and all the stuff that he's doing, that the blackhead that could use some help squeezing out is so tight in there right now because it's so dry. And that's why dry skin feels very tight. The skin tightens up, and it's not going to release it. But if it softens up and gets water in the skin, it kind of it softens it and it's hydrated, so that blackhead can be a little bit more moist, and it'll just pop right out. That's one of the best ways to get rid of blackheads, really. But then the question is let's keep your skin from oxidizing. You know, we need to look at other, really you need to look at vitamins, but also like if you were to just look in his skincare, like more antioxidants in his skincare. I'm sure there's some in there, but they're not, it's not really going to be something so much topically. It's going to be more internal that you need to kind of get through in your skin. Let's see, he said, it's inflamed. Yeah, it's always congested and inflamed. We need to calm the skin down. And another way to calm the skin down from that is to hydrate it. If we hydrate it, it softens up and it relaxes. And a lot of times when you see in sensitive skincare products and lines, if you really look at the ingredients, a lot of the ingredients in those is a lot of hydrating products. You'll see like green tea, sometimes licorice is also a hydrating product as well, but it's also a lightening for the skin product. But you'll see a lot of hydrating ingredients in the bottle because it is what helps calm and soothe the skin down. So hydration is a big, big deal. He's done a lot of exfoliation. I think a proper exfoliation would be best, but I would probably lay off it for a little while just to get his skin used to being taken more care of than being abused and somewhat neglected there, but it's mostly been abused. So I would really look into hydrating the skin, and there is a proper and specific certain way to hydrate the skin. You can't just like throw water on it or be drinking a lot of water and think your skin's going to be happy. There is a process, and in fact it's such a process that we know that oil and water don't mix, and naturally good healthy skin does create an oil barrier, which is a protective barrier that's necessary for your skin. And what you need to do is know how to kind of take that away for a short period of time and immediately fill in with water before the skin starts to create more oil again, so that we get that water into the skin at the right way. Using the proper ingredients will also help with a good skincare regimen alongside with hydrating the skin. So I do have some information that I will link in the description down below if you are interested in looking at more of some reports and books that I have written about skincare and specifically skin hydration in this case. I will also see if I can link down also my basic skin nutrition book down there for your knowledge a little bit if you're interested in that, to kind of find out more about maybe what can help the skin internally with specific vitamins and nutrients and minerals and things that work. Again, you must talk to your doctor before you ever try them though. And I will also link down below a skin type quiz for you in case you're curious to know more about your skin type, or if you don't know your skin type, or just curious to know if you have the right idea of what your skin type is. I will link a quiz down there. It's free. You'll get a free PDF that will describe a little bit briefly about your skin type, as well as the products and ingredients you would want to look for in skincare products, as well as a skincare regimen that will list off the products you would use in order and what they would do for you. So thank you again so much for listening to me here at Contour Image. Please like this video if this has been helpful, and if you have any questions or anything, please comment down below. And thank you again, and remember to stay beautiful for life.